So the State of the Union was last night, and thank God I didn't watch that. Almost 2 hours of him rambling and lying and spewing propaganda. I know a lot of people held watch parties across social media platforms, and more power to you for being able to tolerate that shit. I couldn't do it, man. There's no way in hell. I went live for a little bit instead of watching that, and now I'm going back and checking out the highlights. And sure as shit, as always, he avoided the tough subjects, didn't he?
Leveling up old tropes about immigrants and creating fears in white America, because he did not want to deal with what his administration did in the killing of 2 American citizens in Minnesota. He never mentioned their names. Did he talk about ICE? Did he really kind of get into what they're doing? No. Can't, because the polls are telling him you don't want to talk about this.
Well, that didn't stop him from talking about tariffs, which the polls also told him not to.
Come on, everybody got a standing ovation on his cabinet, but Christie don't make felt like.
But here's the thing. That piece that's stuck in his brain. That's his raison d'etre. That's his whole storyline. I know I went a little French on y'all up here at 1 and something in the morning. But the reality of it is he wanted to bring up the fear that Americans have about others. And that's why he went through talking about what immigrants did to all of these American citizens. So he had a strategy to deal with the thing he didn't want to deal with.
Yeah, ICE is very unpopular right now. And you have a sitting president that didn't even acknowledge the fact that federal agents murdered 2 American citizens. 2 American citizens they weren't even supposed to be engaged with. He never mentioned the names of 2 American citizens. And they aren't the only 2, by the way. These are just the 2 most prominently known American citizens that have been murdered by ICE since Donald Trump's assumed office again. How the fuck do you not mention their names? How do you mention Charlie Kirk being assassinated, but not 2 American citizens being murdered at the hands of your federal agents? Because the polls told him not to talk about it. He's too stupid to understand that the polls also tell him not to talk about the tariffs, because he still thinks that's a winning argument. It's still fresh in his mind, that wound that the Supreme Court just levied on him. He's still going to argue that he's right in that case because he believes that he is, but he knows not to talk about what the fuck ICE is doing in the cities in this country, because it's extraordinarily unpopular. So he just avoids it. The longest State of the Union address in American history, and he did not mention the names of 2 American citizens assassinated live on TV, well, on video, in American streets. Never mentioned their names. But he did be sure to stir up the white folk out in the rural areas about they're immigrants. They're coming for you. They're going to eat your pets and rape your wives and steal your jobs. And that's how a man like Donald Trump can be elected president. By convincing stupid, simple-minded fucks that people are coming for everything they have.